The TC Voice Live Play Acoustics. Hey everybody, John here. Now for me this started quite a while ago. I think it was about 10 years ago that I was in a hotel lounge and there's a guy and he was doing a solo act. He sounded really good. And I noticed he had harmonies. So on a break I went up and I introduced myself and he showed me what he was using. It was a Voice Live. The harmony was really actually quite convincing, so I immediately had gas. Now it seems to still be showing on their website, and then I also found it was on Sweetwater as well as on Amazon. But the concern I had was then on some sites it said it was discontinued. So this might be a product that disappears within a few years, not sure. So anyways, I better order an extra one for myself, I guess, before that happens. Now, using it is pretty straightforward, but reading the manual will help you. And it's got a really good manual. It's actually written with a bit of humor in it here and there. But it seems you need a guitar plugged in to analyze the correct pitch for the harmonies. It follows your chords, I guess. I never really understood exactly how it works, but it seems to use pitch tracking, and that also is what makes it the world's best guitar tuner. A critical part of setting this so it works properly is setting the input levels. Now for the vocals, there's a little wheel on the side, and then there's the peak light. For the guitars, you'll need to go into the settings menu, but both share the peak light. This model is made for acoustic guitars because of the type of effects it has built in. They do make one, or they did make one, that's also for electric guitars, but it doesn't have the same features as this one. It also has a built-in mic they call the Room Sense. It can listen to the room, and you could give this a try. If your amp is loud and close enough, it might work. But here's the problem. This thing really wants a nice, clean, simple guitar input to analyze the chords. So obviously, if you're playing with heavy distortion, there's a lot of harmonics in that, your harmonies are going to be glitching. So what I do is I just set it up before the gig with all the equipment hooked up the way it's going to be. And once I've set it up, it's generally really good and it tracks my vocals correctly. So let's talk about a couple of other things that makes this one of my favorite all-time gizmo toys. Finding a good reverb or delay built into small mixing boards has always been a challenge, and I've owned a lot of these small mixers, and the effects either sucked or were just so-so, or you were kind of stuck with one effect for the whole show. This unit here not only solves that issue, but it kind of ups the ante by allowing custom effects for as many songs as you want. I think this thing holds well over 100 presets. So this means you can set up the type of harmony you want as well as the type of reverb or delay and name it after the song that you want to use it on. What I've done is just set up about 15 patches. That seems to get me through the night. Another thing this has built in is it can do real-time pitch correction, and it even has hard tuning. This is a feature I've actually personally never used. I'm not a looping kind of a person, but it has a built-in looper. But you'll need to purchase this. It's called the Switch 3 to make that go smoothly. Now, the guitar channel also has what I feel are really good first-class effects. They've been optimized for the acoustic guitar. So I often take this pedal with me when I'm doing acoustic guitar gigs, just to use this as a DI box, and it gives me my effects. It also gives me the tuner and a mute button for when I say switch guitars. Just take note that the guitar effects are set globally, and they don't change with the patches. Only the vocal effects are changed with the patches. Now, a couple of other things. Just last summer, I discovered a new use for this puppy. It's a 3-channel mixer with stereo balanced outputs. It has 2 built-in high-quality effects, and it is my guitar tuner. There's an 1/8-inch auxiliary input for my laptop, and you just have to adjust the level from the laptop's player. And then my guitar has a volume control just in case I need it as well. Because that's the thing, is the controls aren't like in a mixer. They're not right in the front panel there. They're kind of built into menus. Then all you really need is one powered speaker or a couple. It's up to you. This is me right here playing at a little gig I did at a campsite, and all I'm using here is the Voice Live and one very small powered speaker. So this is why I take it to every gig now. It becomes my redundancy backup mixer. And here's another one you might not have thought of. Here is me playing at a live gig in a 5-piece band, I believe we were, and it became a 3-channel in-ear monitor mixer. You grab an auxiliary send from the front of house mixer and connect to the auxiliary input of the Voice Live. Then you plug your in-ears into the Voice Live's headphone jack. Now I can hear my vocals directly, and my guitar is also directly in there, and they're both loud and clear. Using the send from the front of house mixing board, I can dial in anything else I want to hear from the band. And here's something you can also do. Remember that built-in mic called Room Sense? You can dial that in and you will hear the room. That solves that issue when you use 2 in-ears where you can't really interact with the audience because, what are you saying? Sorry, I got my ears full of earbuds. I can't hear you. So the Voice Live saves you from having to use a dedicated headphone app if you prefer, like me, to use hardwired in-ear monitors. So it's a vocal effects processor. It's harmony in a box. It is auto pitch correction. It is a spiffy guitar tuner and effects processor. It is a guitar DI. It is a 3-channel mixer with 2 multi-effects processors, and it's a 3-channel in-ear monitor mixer. So hopefully you found this all interesting and useful, and thanks for watching.